always sucks to follow Junior. Everybody leaves.
Means you got to say something good.
Huh?
You got to say something good.
You do.
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take this with me. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to take this with me when I leave here. Yes. Sure wish I had some in the hospital.
Need another chair?
You want me to just do this, just go?
Nope.
Oh, wait on you? And tee me up? Oh, all right.
All right. We will continue our media availability. I would like to welcome everyone to this media availability with Mr. Clint Bowyer and Kevin Giannotto. Clint, driver of the number 15 Pink Lemonade 5-Hour Energy to Benefit Living Beyond Breast Cancer, and Kevin Giannotto, Associate Director of Marketing and Corporate Sponsorships for Living Beyond Breast Cancer. Clint, a little bit of news this weekend, and obviously no sleep. I can tell by your more than normal hyperness today that you've probably not had a lot of sleep.
I'm like that little kid. You get that last ounce of energy in you, and you just go like hell till you have no more,
well,
and then you crash. But
congratulations. I know a big week for you, and congratulations on the baby news. You want to talk a little bit about that first, and then go into some of the other big news you've got going on this weekend.
First of all, just, so happy and proud. I mean, what a wild experience. I mean, all your friends, family, peers, everybody is trying to warn you and tell you, oh, it's going to change your life. You're like, there's no way. And then all of a sudden that little gremlin comes out of there and you're like, oh my God, this is real. Man, I was probably not the norm as far as a spectator in an event like that in the room there. I was high-fiving people, and I was kind of pushing the doctor out of the way at one point. I was trying to get a better view of him, coming into the world. And of course, the nurses are trying to hold me back. They're like, "You can't get that close." I'm like, "Get the hell out of my way! Here he comes!" And it was a lot of fun. We were all laughing, but yeah, just an amazing experience. And
Didn't name it Gremlin, right?
No. It's really good. He's running really good during the day. You're thinking this is way too easy. This is no problem at all. And then, boy, his engine drastically takes a turn for the worse. About the time you're trying to go to sleep on that really comfortable couch over in the corner that's about this wide, and basically like sleeping right here on this tabletop, he starts really screaming very loud, and the nurses tend to come in to do paperwork at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is really handy. They want to ask you about your education and things like that. You're like, lady, can we wait till daylight maybe? That would be a good goal. 3 o'clock in the morning is not a good time to be talking to me with him screaming, her pissed, and now I am. So, yeah, it's been a wild deal. Cash is awesome.
Talk a little bit about the special situation you've got going on this weekend.
We've been doing this for 3 years, I think, and I've been in the 5-hour energy 3 years. What a great thing that they do. So proud to have a sponsor that really gives back to such great causes over the years. This Living Beyond Breast Cancer, which Kevin is with, and he'll tell you more about, is just a great cause. 5 cents of every bottle goes towards this cause. I think it's a bare minimum of $200,000 goes to this. So, really, I mean, honestly, go out and buy, this great product that helps us all get through our day and give back to this great cause. An important month, for everybody involved. It's proud moment for us to have one of our very own, Holly Kane. She's a rider that's been in this sport since I've been in it. Always a great personality amongst all the media members. It's going through breast cancer right now. So to have her on the right side going with me around the racetrack this weekend means a lot to me. But aside from that, it's just, it's fun to, I think you'll know where my crew's at this weekend unless you're blind. They're the ones in the extremely bright pink over here. That's my posse for the weekend. I think we're gonna run this 2 or 3 more times. Yeah, it's Charlotte and Talladega. I'm going to try to keep it pink for you in Talladega. Sometimes the asphalt grinds the paint off of it, but hopefully we'll keep it right side up this time. And and have a good couple weeks. But just so proud of this program. Ask you, Kevin, to talk a little bit more about Living Beyond Breast Cancer and your foundation. But thank you to 5 Hour for giving me as a race car driver an opportunity to be a part of this.
And thank you. To provide a little bit of context, LBBC is 23 years old, and we started when a group of women who had completed primary treatment for breast cancer, early stage breast cancer, got together and realized that there were just no resources out there for them. And since then, we have grown into one of the country's most respected nonprofit organizations, that deals really with all ages and stages of breast cancer. So regardless of where a person is and how they've been affected, we have resources that are always provided for free. And we couldn't do it without partnerships like the one that we have with 5 Hour Energy, and obviously big thanks to them and to you, Clint, to NASCAR, for really helping us spread the word. To kind of let you know how successful it was last year, this would be in 2013, we were able to positively impact the lives of over 330,000 individuals. And that's a really impressive number, and it was because of what 5 Hour and Clint put really behind this promotion, and really not only asking people obviously to purchase the product, but putting our name out there in a way that allowed us to double our helpline calls from 2012 to 2013, to distribute over 41,000 free guides to understanding. And these are guides that are available to anyone who would call or can sign on to our website, lbbc.org, to order them. And it also allowed us to expand our services, and you're going to be seeing a lot of increased content for men who've been diagnosed with breast cancer, a population that oftentimes is overlooked, but really is in need of resources because so many people sometimes don't realize that men can catch breast cancer or can develop breast cancer, and really a lack of resources that are out there. So you'll see some really expanded content for men as well because of the partnership with 5 Hour. So it's been a great partnership.
All right, I think we have someone special on the line that would like to say a few words right now.
Good morning.
Do we have the line working?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I think
Yeah.
Get the volume up just a little bit, but we can hear you.
All right. Hey, everyone. Good morning.
We got you.
We got you.
Okay. Awesome. Clint, first I wanted to congratulate you on the birth of your son this week. I know that's huge. And I want to tell you that there's going to be a day not too distant that he is going to feel very proud of you for your hard work with breast cancer awareness. And I remember writing a story about you last year doing yoga at Dover, if that's what we want to call it, on the front stretch, and you work with that. And I just want to tell you, after I have an 11-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old son, and I was able to show them the car this morning. And after what's been some difficult times for them, watching me go through this as a breast cancer patient brought a huge smile to their face, and they think it's pretty cool, and I appreciate that on their behalf. And I just want to tell you now, knowing about this on a very personal level, I really appreciate the work that organizations like Living Beyond Breast Cancer do, and I see what it can do. I see firsthand, and the money that 5 Hour Energy is raising to fund research and to help find a cure. Again, on a very personal level, I really understand, and it hits home, and thank you for this, and the honor of being able to represent far too many people that have been affected by this.
Thank you, Holly.
Well, thank you, Holly. You hang in there. You're a big part of this sport. We all miss you dearly, and can't wait to see you back at the racetrack so you can ride another story. I'll even do yoga again for you, or something like that.
Namaste. That sounds good.
All right, hon. Take care. You hang in there.
All right. Thank you, Clint.
I think we have a video for everyone to view as well.
As a family, there's always a hug. You're friends for life. When I needed guidance and I needed support, Living Beyond Breast Cancer was there.
Last year, 5 Hour Energy raised over $340,000 for Living Beyond Breast Cancer. Purchase this specially marked bottle now through December 31st.
And a portion of the proceeds will help breast cancer survivors live beyond the diagnosis.
Okay, we'll now open it up for a few questions. Okay, we'll start with Stan, then go to Steve, then Bob.
Stan Creekmore Competition Plus. Clint, pink cars, I don't think have ever won a race. So what would it mean to you to be able to win a race in a pink race car that obviously is so huge for women?
You know, it's funny you said that. I always had mixed feelings about a pink race car. You know, when I raced my first one, I think the 5-hour car, our first year together 3 years ago, was my first pink car. And it always reminds me back when I first started racing in the Kansas City area. Tim Carrick, a buddy of mine that's dominated in the Kansas City area. His family has for a long time always had a black and pink Guitars and Cadillac sponsored number 2, modified, and he just flat wore them out. And I was like, you got to be a bad man to drive a pink race car, and he was. So hopefully, I don't know if I quite cover the bad man category, but it sure feels right being able to represent such a strong foundations and women all across the country, just like Holly, that are going through this. It just seems like it as you get older, maybe it's just me getting older and having more people acclimated to this, but it seems like the older I get, the more you hear about people battling breast cancer. So it's definitely a serious problem in our country, and it's good to be a part of something that's trying to help with the research.
Okay, we'll go to Steve, then Bob.
Steve Post, Motor Racing Network. Clint, you've talked about this before, but this area, this racetrack, and this whole area around here, talk about being a young race car driver a little bit away from here and how this racetrack and what it's meant to you, and really this whole development of this area, what that's meant to you.
Well, this could be headquarters. Hold on just a second. No, it's not. Yeah, you got to have that thing on the hammer when you have a baby on the line. I've always never had the volume on, but Jimmy, now it's like DEFCON 5 and you hear your phone ringing, you're like, oh damn, what have I done now? But anyway, as a kid, watching that very Tim Carrick and that black and pink Guitars and Cadillacs car I was telling you about, drove by this place. I mean, this place was the bad part of town. Wyandotte County, the only good thing about Wyandotte County that I remember is the Dot, the barbecue joint down the way that had burn-ins at it, and some of the best barbecue in the country you hit on the way to Lakeside. But to see what has become of this area, to watch the first race here, I remember being down in the infield on the top of a motorhome. I don't remember who it was, but I was down watching the very first race here. Watched the shopping center being built, watched the baseball diamonds, now the soccer fields, the casino. I mean, all of this area has really become one of the best places to be in Kansas City, and it all hubs around this racetrack. That's the impact that this speedway did for this community, and Kansas City's a blast. It's fun for everybody in the garage area. The food's great. And I'm partial to it, but it's fun because you hear your peers, you hear the crew members. Everybody enjoys coming here because there's so much to do. And I mean, look at the storyline that Kansas City's had this week. I mean, the only thing that hopefully, if somehow a Kansas driver could win this race, that would be unbelievable. Just with the Chiefs winning on Monday night, making Brady, they pulled Brady out of the game. It was so bad. The Royals, I was so pissed because I was watching the Royals and I was bummed out. I got this kid coming and she's getting tired. I'm tired. And he's being, a little bit grouchy and isn't ready to come out yet. So I'm like, well, damn, I think the Royals are done. So I shut the TV off, and we get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and everything's going crazy. And I don't even know why, but I glanced up at the TV, and the news was going on. The Royals won. I'm like, hon, you ain't going to believe this. Those Royals won. So now we're arguing about the Royals winning, and they're carting her out the door. And I'm like, this is crazy. But, that's just what, the Kansas City area does. And being a fan of sports, I mean, what a week they've had right here in Kansas City.
Okay, we'll take our final question, Bob.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Is Cash for Johnny Cash, or is there another?
Probably for the cash that he's going to cost me over the years when he gets to racing, racing cars or something. I'm going to try to put a guitar in his hand because, I always laugh at Blake. I'm like, just because you breathe a little bit better than I do and you can hold a guitar, you get paid to go all across the country, and you don't really do much. You just breathe a little bit better. But, you know, then these golfers, I mean, I don't even think they carry their clubs. They just walk around and swing a club every now and then and make a hell of a good living. So I'm thinking we're going to try them two first. And if that doesn't work, probably over here battling out all my peers. It'll be fun to watch how this all unravels, because a lot of us racers right now have kids pretty well within a 5-year radius of all this. So we're going to be back battling each other probably for the rest of our lives. You know, I mean, it really, the great competition comes down. I don't know if you've ever been to a T-ball game or a soccer game with the parents. That's when it gets out of control, and I can just see us, you know, yelling and screaming at each other and still fighting when we're 60, 70 years old and our kids are racing, just like our dads did. What? Well, she wouldn't go for Cletus Bocephus, so that's the one that me and my friends came up with one night at the campfire, and she's definitely down on that, so we went with Cash.
We probably need to end on that note.
Yeah, because...
Go get some sleep. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Aaron, which is my middle name. A-A-R-O-N.
Did you make it through the whole game